The reason why many of you are single is because you don't like your life single. Doc, that's it? Yeah. Many of you don't like your life single, so that's why you're single. It's the whole premise of my conversation tonight. And because many of you don't like your life single, some of you didn't like your life single and got married, and you don't like your marriage either because you never liked your life single. Oh my God. Which is why a lot of you are in marriages now miserable. But if you would just be honest and backtrack, were you really pleased with your life before you got married? Or were you one of many people who rushed to get married because marriage is the dream and you thought marriage was for everybody? I got some bad news for some of y'all. Let me give you 3 very important facts about singleness and marriage. This is going to be rough. I apologize in advance. But before I do it, I want you to type in the chat in all capital letters the magic word, levels. You ready? Fact number 1. You ready? Record this in your journal. There is not somebody for everybody. It's going to be a lot of tussling in the comments tonight. A lot of tussling. There ain't somebody for everybody. Let me say this a different way. Some of you were designed to be single for the rest of your life. No, I'm not saying this if y'all don't support. The ways to support on the screen. You're going to wish you had this one again. Some of you have been designed and created to be single for the rest of your life. No, Doc, that ain't what my bishop told me, Doc. My bishop didn't tell me that I was designed to be single the whole life. I wasn't designed to be single. Really? Really? The only way you will understand this is why some of you are going to struggle tonight. The only way you're going to understand what I'm explaining is if you have a spiritual lens. The hard, stone cold truth is that some of you were designed to be single. Some of us may have been designed to be single for the rest of our lives. And this is a spiritual principle that if you don't understand it, you ain't gonna get it. And you can tussle all day in the comments. This gonna hurt some of y'all. Thank you, Chilcha. You know why? Because some of you, the way you were made and the purpose that was placed on your life was created with a certain purpose that has to be dedicated to that purpose. Yeah. Some of us have such a unique purpose on our lives that the way God, I believe in God. I have clients that are atheists, Muslim, Buddhists, Seventh-day Adventists, yada, 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 yada. I've gone through this a million times. 47 countries, 1,141 clients now. I believe in God. I'm a Christian, but I service everybody. Pain and healing are the universal languages of humanity. Let me tell you something. As a believer, I'm here to tell you firsthand. Some of you, when you were created and the purpose was placed on your life, watch, before you were even born. This is deeper stuff. I'm not going to even try to explain that. I'll lose half of you. That before your mama winked at your daddy, there was a purpose assigned for your life. And for some of you, it was so great that God, in my case, some of y'all think is universe, whatever. God, in my case, looked at you and said, because this purpose is so great, I'm going to dedicate your life to your purpose. And if you're a believer, there's a character in the Bible by the name of the Apostle Paul who talks about this plainly. Where so much he talks about it so much so that he in fact says, I wish many of you were single like me. You know why? Because of the purpose that's on your life, you would have more time to dedicate your life to it. Because when you get a spouse, a husband, a wife, your first priority is your spouse, which is why, this ain't in my notes, but let me go on and throw it in here now. This is why many of you that are married are headed to divorce court. You know why? Because you're married to somebody that doesn't even prioritize you. Oh my God. Oh no, they prioritize their job over you. They prioritize the kids over you. Oh my God. They prioritize their money over you. Oh my God. They have no understanding of order. I'm talking to men and women. I'm equal opportunity. They prioritize everything over you, and you're wondering why you guys can't get off the ground in terms of synchronicity. And that's because many of you are in marriages that are priorityless. So if you're going to be married, you have to prioritize your spouse. Yes, if you're in church, if you're in a synagogue, if you're in a temple, if wherever you are in whatever faith you believe, or if you don't believe a faith at all, you can't even put your job over your spouse. You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? One of the most controversial videos I did showed the divide between the healed and the broken. It showed the divide between first class and seat 32A. You know what that video was? When I challenged a couple who was having problems with their kids to take their kids and put them in the back seat. And if you just find that video, I don't remember when I did it. It was some time ago. But if you just find that video and look at that video, read the comments, and look at all of the people in seat 32A who said, I wouldn't dare be in a marriage and put my spouse over my kids. What's wrong with this guy? He doesn't make sense. That's because somebody got to sit in seat 32A. So while Paul does not talk about prioritizing your spouse in the context of children, when he talks of this singleness thing, do understand that he alludes to it when he says that if you are married, your first priority is your spouse. But some of you will be single like me and will have a unique purpose that is designed to serve that purpose. Can I just be bluntly honest with all of you? Yeah, they were tussling in the comments there. This guy's nuts. How dare you tell a person to put somebody else over their kids? Child, stay in the back of the plane. This is why a lot of marriages are failing, because there ain't no order. Ain't no order, and there are multiple heads. And my daddy told me that anything with more than one head is a freak. Oh my God. And this is where we are. There might be points tonight where I might get a little personal. I'm not going to go too deep. If you really want the 411 on my life, you probably want to become a subscriber. Got a whole video where I spent 2.5 hours talking about my life. But there are going to be some points here where I'm going to be a little personal, and this is one of them. I want to be honest here. Doc is not single because he can't get anybody. I'm not saying this arrogantly, but just give me 3 minutes to be transparent. Doc is not single because he can't get nobody. Doc's not single because he couldn't have somebody every day of the week. You can take that whatever way you want to. I'm just being honest with you. Do you want to really know why I believe I'm single? And I'm not sure, but I'm pretty certain. Because I am in a season of my life where I'm not quite so sure that my purpose is greater than having a spouse. Oh my God. You know why? Because if I had a wife, ain't no way I would be doing all these videos every day like this. These Thursday night lives would be 60 minutes max. These extra calls at night, 8, 9 o'clock emergency call, 5 o'clock max, if that. You know why? Because when you have a spouse, you have a different priority. And I honestly believe that I am in a season of my life called purpose. Oh my God. Now watch this. God, that's what I believe in. Some of y'all Buddha, Allah, whatever, universe. I ain't criticizing tonight. But I believe that sometimes God doesn't directly tell you, but he gives you every sign that points that way. So you could actually be trying to get out of this space, and he allows stuff to happen to pull you right back out. Some of you are not going to get this because it takes levels. It takes having a unique calling and a unique purpose on your life. And if you don't have a unique calling or unique purpose on your life, then maybe you do believe there's somebody out here for you. And it might be. But I'm here to tell you, you got a unique calling and purpose on your life, there's a good chance. What's the percentage? I don't know. Let's go with 50%, 50-50. Let's throw it up in the air. There is a good chance. Flip a coin. There might be somebody out there for you. And guess what? Your marriage partner might just be your purpose. Is it fair? No, it sucks. It's summertime. I want to have somebody's daughter hanging off the balcony too, pleading for her life. Oh my God. But you know what? That ain't the season I'm in. That's not the season I'm in. And that season doesn't align with this season called purpose right now. And sometimes you have to experience things in your life and have a unique calling and purpose in order for this to make sense. Oh my God. Huh? Y'all all right? We're just getting started. This is just the introduction. 3 important facts about singleness and marriage. I just gave you the first one. Y'all supporting this show? Some of you with a deep purpose and a deep calling that have been questioning your value because you got all of this stuff, you checking all of these boxes, but ain't nothing clicking. Meanwhile, there's people out here that's just as ragged as they can be, barely checking 2 boxes, and they be on dates every other week. And you questioning yourself with all of this purpose, all of this calling, all of these boxes you check, and you think something's wrong with you. And I'm here to tell you, it could very well be you just got a purpose on your life. And maybe this is the season you're called to for a season or maybe a lifetime. Let me give you 2 more fun facts about singleness and marriage. Oh boy. Y'all ready? Number 2. Number 1 was there's not somebody for everybody, whether you believe it or not. Spiritual principle. Number 2, your type is not always your need. This is going to get nasty. Oh my God. Put it in the chat. Put it in your notes. You're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler. I promise you this weekend. Your type is not always your need. You know why some of y'all single? You know why? Because you have identified a type that does not even align with your need at all. None whatsoever. And here you are wasting your precious life looking for a type when you probably missed 2 or 3 opportunities that reflected your need. Oh my God. Oh, married people, you ain't off the hook. Some of you struggling in your marriage. You know why? Because you married your type. You didn't marry who was going to love you. You didn't marry who was going to be there. You didn't marry who was going to care for you. You didn't marry who was committed to communicating with you and engaging with you. You married what you like, and now you got what you got. Period. So some of you that's on the single bus that want to get off, here's a life hack. You ready? Y'all not going to like this. I want you to put this in all caps. This is salad worthy. If y'all don't support this show, I promise you, as soon as I hit end, it will be gone in 20 seconds. You ready? Your need might get you married. Your type might keep you single. Oh my God. Look how quiet the comments are tonight. Your need might get you married. What you mean, Doc? You choose somebody that meets your needs, you might end up with a ring. Fellas, you might end up with a wife. But I can promise you this. If you keep chasing your type, it might keep you single. And this is how I know most of y'all that's yapping and screaming, I want a husband, I want a wife. You don't really want that. What you want is a wedding. What you want is to dress up and look nice. You want some nice pictures. You want somebody to sleep with every night. You want somebody to share money with. You don't want no husband or wife. Because I can look at who you pursue and honestly tell if you want a husband or a wife. Some of y'all just want your type. And all you pursue is your type. And that's why you're still single. Or that's why you're married and you're on the verge of divorce. Does this make sense? I'm telling you right now, your need might get you married. I hate to break the news to you, but some of you have already missed your husband. He married to somebody else. Fellas, your wife already to marry somebody else. You know why? Because you went through a phase where you preferred the city girl over what you needed. Now, you realize that city girls just leave you with city headaches. Oh my God. Uh-huh. Yeah, fellas. City girls leave you with city headaches. Oh, ladies, I ain't forgot about you. Because you chased a man that was tall, that had all the money, that had the status, that looked good. And while you was chasing what you liked, it left you competing with other women. Oh my God. So I hate to tell some of you ladies, it was the one you overlooked. Probably wasn't the finest guy you ever dated, but he was nice, he was stable. He was nice, he was stable, had a great career, good head on his shoulders, knew how to treat his parents, but he was boring. You missed him. And let me say something. Now that I got y'all offended, let me make you women even more offended. Here's the problem. And you're going to say, some of you broken women are going to say, Doc, you're not being fair. Life ain't fair. There's a thing you might want to think about called hypergamy. You know what hypergamy is? It's the idea that a woman wants to be connected to a man that she can look up to. Well, here's the problem. Ladies, typically, as a woman gets older, her metabolism slows. Life shifts for her. It slows for her. She tends to develop sooner. 20, 23, 24, 25, prime. And most men, because women mature faster than men, most men can be 24, 25 and still be a 16 or 17-year-old in mind. But here's the problem. Ladies, you have spent your prime years chasing your type. And by the time many of you realize that your type is not your need, you have left your prime. Here's the problem. The guy you overlooked that had not hit his prime is just starting on his prime, which is why he can now date you and he can date your sister. Oh my God. Y'all can say what you want. Because there's going to be a feminist somewhere that says, oh, no, Doc, we're always in our prime. That's a lie. That ain't even scientific. Hey, what's the definition of self-awareness here? Honesty about who you are, where you are, and what you're doing. My job ain't to make you feel good, it's to tell you the truth. And you are lying to yourself if you think you are 50 years old as a woman and in your prime. Cut it out. And men are lying to themselves if they think they're in their prime at 25, 30. Cut it out. Cut it out. So the reality is, many of you have missed some good opportunities. And I'm telling you, hypergamy matters. Don't miss what you could have because you're going after your type. Don't miss what you could have because you're going after your type. Oh my God. Is this making sense? Yeah, it's a hard truth. I know it is. Which is why when you come into the understanding of the importance of healing mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, one of the first things you're going to do in terms of your relationship is you're going to stop being impressed by superficial things and you're going to look deeper. You're going to know you're healed when you stop focusing on the superficial and you can go under the surface. Yes, you fine. Yes, you tall. Yes, you handsome. Yes, you sweet. Yes, you got bow legs. Whatever you like, that surface. Yes, this. But what else you got? What else you got? This is why some of us that are healed are not easily impressed. In this business, I see beautiful women daily. I see beautiful women from all over the place. That's nice. But Doc is busy and he has a short attention span because he focuses on so many different things. He can lock in clearly. What else you got? Hey, tell you what, you want a good dating question? Go ahead and put this in the chat. Put it in all caps. What else you got? Next time you date somebody that's your type and you go out on a date with them, sure, if you're going to do it, date, fine. But as y'all talking, before you get all enamored, just ask them what else you got. They're going to be like, what? No, just ask them what else they got. I know you're cute. I know you got a little bit of money. What else you got? Oh my God. And most of y'all, when you ask that question, this is what you're going to hear. That's what most of y'all going to hear. Which is why, ladies, if you're really serious, that first date that he takes you on don't have to be nothing fancy and extravagant. In fact, let him keep his money in his pocket so you can see the real him. Oh my God. Let him keep his money in his pocket so you can see the real him. Because if a man is healed and whole, he can have money, sure. He can have a lot of prestige, great. But who he is at his core is how he functions without any of that. So your first date ain't got to be at a 5-star. Y'all go to Zaxby's. Oh my God. Go to Zaxby's where ain't no alcohol involved and it ain't no fancy meal. And you can see what he really got. I don't know what some of y'all seeing. Some of y'all blind. Oh my God. Fellas, I got some advice for you too. 80% of the women on here ain't gonna like it. You ready? When you get to know her, she ain't gotta dress up. Don't tell her to dress up from head to toe and put on all that heavy makeup and hair and stuff. Tell her to meet you at Starbucks. Put on some leggings and a sweatshirt. Just pull her hair back. She ain't gotta do nothing fancy. That way, you can see if you really like her or you like the filter. Oh my God. Let me put it this way, because Lion Pride Fit has put it perfectly. Strip away the distractions. I'm going to take that a step further. Not only strip away the distractions, strip away the stuff that ain't going to last. Why don't y'all type that in the chat? Thank you, Lion Pride Fit. Strip away the stuff that ain't going to last and get to know people. Which means, ladies, I love you. If you got hair, add it. Great. If you don't, great. Wig, great. Not great. Short hair, long hair, light skin, dark skin. Don't matter. Ethnicity. I love it. But tell you what, just pull all of that back. Just don't put none on your face. Put on a sweatshirt, some leggings, and let's meet at Starbucks and just go for a walk. Grab something and just go for a walk and just be chill. Because I need to make sure this is something I want to see every day. Oh my God. Strip away the stuff that will not last, and you'll know what you got. And this is why a lot of married people are trying to run for the border right now. Because you thought you married one thing until you got it. Why? Because you married your type and you didn't marry your need. Oh my God. Oh, and I'm talking from experience. Lest y'all forget, there it is. Oh, I'm talking from experience. I know what it's like. Let me tell you something. This right here was 9th grade. TikTok, you can't see the picture. It's on YouTube and Instagram if you want to see it in Facebook. This right here was 9th grade. I could not buy a girlfriend. Thick glasses, S-curl, chain around my neck, bird chest, looking crazy. Trying to be cool, made good grades in school, decent athlete, musician, daddy the principal. But I was too much of a square. Zeb, you're nice, but I'm just, no. Yeah. But you know what, y'all? It's funny how them tides turn. Oh my God. Don't mess around and miss your need because you're going after your type. Don't miss your need going after your type. Which brings me to the third important fact about singleness and marriage, and we're going to go a little bit deeper. This making sense so far? Y'all supporting the show? Let me check. I don't think y'all supporting. I know y'all upset with me. You about to get even more mad. I don't care. It's life. Here's the third thing, unique thing you need to know about singleness and marriage. God did not put every marriage together. Oh, God, this is going to be bad. This is going to be so bad. This is going to be so bad. God did not put every marriage together. You can do it, Miss Marie. Bear with her. Hey, why not? Oh my God. If that man love you like that, you got the right one. God did not put every marriage together. This is where I'm going to get in trouble. Because you super religious people are going to condemn me to hell real quick. And I'm going to let you, and I'm going to laugh while you do it. You know why a lot of you are in bad marriages right now and refuse to get out? Because you were told that what God put together, let no man put asunder. Well, here's the problem. You were told things like God hates divorce. We know what the Bible says about divorce. We know what other religions say about divorce. I happen to know what other religions say about divorce because I know a lot about a lot of different religions. It's actually things that I've studied, and I'm blessed to have clients from all across the world that also help to educate me, and friends, by the way, personal friends that are Buddhists, have atheist friends, Muslim friends. I have friends from all across the walks of life as a Christian believer. And most religions believe that divorce is a sin. But here's the problem. It is under the premise that God put the marriage together and he put you with your spouse. Here's the problem with that. You ready? Some of you, the marriage you're in had nothing to do with God. Is this thing on? Some of you, the marriages you're in had nothing to do with God. Nothing. Oh my God. Nothing. And you're worried about being condemned to hell for something you did. Oh, you're telling me you chose your type and God did that? I got $1 million question. You told your girlfriends about your man. You told your boys about your girl. You know, this is when y'all was dating. You told your girls about your man. You told your mama. You told your best friend. You told your daddy about your girlfriend, how nice she was. You told everybody about who you was dating, but you didn't ask one person. Uh-oh. My glass is getting foggy. It must be getting hot in here. You asked everybody in the world, what you think about her, bro? What you think, bro? Hey, sis, what you think about him? You asked everybody in the world but one person. And because you were told what God put together, let no man put asunder, because he hates divorce, though he had no input in your choice, you were told, God did this. Stay in it. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. And watch this. Let me give you a greater gag. You want to know a greater gag? I'm cracking myself up. Here's a greater gag. You ready for this? The greater gag is some of you are going to have a hard time receiving this because I'm not married. As if everybody that fixes your Japanese food from Japan. Oh my God. Let me help some of you shallow-minded people out. Your greatest teacher is experience. It's experience. And let me tell you something. I trust the perspective of a divorced person who's learned lessons any day than a person who stays in a miserable marriage because they said God hates divorce and God had nothing to do with their marriage. Oh my God. Is he married? Is she married? My girlfriend gave me all this advice, but she ain't got no man, and I just don't know if I can trust. Well, is her advice solid? Is she single because she has to be, or she's single because she's got some wisdom, or maybe has some bad experiences and learn from them? Meanwhile, you got to date every other week, and you have no discernment. And then you get married and say stuff like, "Oh, God put us together. I can't get a divorce." No, he didn't. You did it. You did it, and now you got to live with it. Or do you? Let me tell you something. God didn't put every marriage together. Some of y'all did it. And this is why some of you are struggling. Some of you are struggling because you wanted to be married so bad that you ignored every single flag bad sign, warning that was right in front of your face. But because you wanted to be married and you thought that if you chose marriage, God was going to bless it because he ordained marriage. He ordained marriage, but listen, he blesses the marriage that he approves. I'm going to say this slow. God ordains marriage, but he blesses the unions that he put together. So when you hear at these marriage ceremonies, what God put together, let no man put asunder. What is meant by that, because that ain't biblical, by the way. What is meant by that is marriage is an institution by God, but he blesses the ones he put together. Oh my God. And some of y'all wanted to be married so bad, you just overlooked the signs, the red flags. You plowed through them. You plowed through them red flags like a truck plowing through a cornfield. And now you went in and like, how in the heck did I get here? You did it. That's how. This makes sense?
Listen, y'all, I hope this made sense. If it did, I want you to type church in the comments with 3 R's. And then I want you to remember you've got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday. And 2, don't forget what I told you.